Hello friends, I am so excited to share with you a beginner-friendly sourdough pasta recipe. It is so easy, cheap, and best of all healthier to enjoy than your regular pasta. Let me show you how to do it. So I'll start off with 2 whole eggs plus 4 egg yolks. And you can do this in a mixer or you can do this in a bowl. We're going to mix this up with 1 cup of starter. This can be discard, it can be fresh. 100% hydration is what I'm using, so a wet sourdough starter. We're going to go ahead and mix that up until it's thoroughly combined. And then we're going to add 3 level cups of flour to this mixture. Now, again, you can do this by hand if you don't have a mixer. I'm using the mixer just because it's going to save me some time and some effort here. So start with 3 cups of regular all-purpose flour, unbleached is what I am using. And go ahead and incorporate that. Mix it on about medium for 2 to 4 minutes until you get more of a cohesive ball. And at this point you want to just give it a feel and see how it's coming along. You may need to add anywhere from a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of additional flour, because what we're looking for is a nice smooth ball of dough. So I ended up adding about a 1/4 cup of flour. You're just going to have to eyeball it a little bit, and don't worry if you add too much flour, it'll get incorporated into the dough once we knead it by hand. So this is kind of what it looks like once I'm ready to knead it by hand. You can see there's still a lot of flour that needs to be incorporated into it, and that's fine because I'm just going to knead it for a minute or 2 by hand until it comes together to form a smooth ball of dough. So again, I'm just going to knead this for a couple of minutes, and my temperature in my kitchen here is about 75 degrees. So that's optimal for me to let this go ahead and ferment on my counter covered for anywhere from 2 to 6 hours. But feel free to pop this in the fridge and cook it the next day. The longer you let it ferment, the better it will be for your digestive system. So it just depends on what your optimal goal is for this. And I just have some tomatoes, a variety of tomatoes out of the garden I'm going to make a quick pasta sauce with. Feel free to use whatever you have on hand, pesto, regular pasta sauce, anything that you've got goes. I'm just going to put some onions and garlic. I really want to use as much vegetables out of the garden right now since we're still in that late summer time frame where I need to use up a lot of those things. Now this has been fermenting for about 4 hours, and I'm going to divide it into 4 equal pieces just so that they're easier to work with. I've cleared off my counter space. I'm going to dust it with some flour and get my rolling pin out. That's basically the only thing you need to make this recipe is a rolling pin. Roll your dough out into a rectangular shape that is thin enough that you can see your hand behind it when you hold it up. Or in my case, I like to see the countertops from the other side of the dough peek through. And I just keep using the flour as needed to make sure that nothing is sticking. So this generally takes a couple of minutes, but after which you want to roll it up. It doesn't have to be perfect, just roll it up almost like you're gonna make cinnamon rolls. And then we're going to cut these, and I made about a fettuccine size strip. That's just the easiest way to do these. So they're pretty thick, but you can do them thinner if you want or thicker if you want. You can make shapes if you want. This is just the super quick fast way. And now I'm going to sprinkle those with some more flour, that way we can dry them. And no worries if you don't have a pasta drying rack. I don't either. I use hangers. I know, plastic hangers, that's all it is. I just rinse them off when I'm done, hang these up to dry while I get my sauce ready to go. And you can hang these up for longer if you want to store the pasta longer as well. But we're gonna make this tonight, so I'm not worried about getting them completely dry. Pop them into boiling water, and remember, do not overcook these noodles. Fresh pasta cooks in half the time as regular pasta. So I think I ended up cooking these for about 3 minutes because, again, you want to make sure there's a nice bite to them still because they're going to go into this sauce and cook a little bit more. So pop it into whatever sauce you want. Again, this is just a fresh tomato sauce. I love a light sauce full of flavor for fresh noodles, and these have a really nice bite to them as well, so they hold on to sauce. And here's some of that additional pasta water, which is always good to make things a little bit more saucy. Add whatever you like, y'all. Parm, basil, all the herbs, make this your own. However you want to dress it up, it's sure to be a crowd pleaser. Give this recipe a try, y'all. You will not be disappointed. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.